Good morning, students. Say your prayer. Yeah, good. Thank you. நான் ஒரு நல்ல ஆசிரியர். நான் உங்களுக்கு தாயாகவும் தந்தையாகவும் இருந்து முறையாக அன்போடு கல்வியை போதிப்பேன். நான் ஒரு நல்ல ஆசிரியர். நான் உங்களுக்கு தாயாகவும் தந்தையாகவும் இருந்து முறையாக அன்போடு கல்வியை போதிப்பேன். நான் ஒரு நல்ல ஆசிரியர். நான் உங்களுக்கு தாயாகவும் தந்தையாகவும் இருந்து முறையாக அன்போடு கல்வியை போதிப்பேன். Okay, students, take your social science book. You're taken? Thank you. Take page number 115. 115. Yeah. Today we will start with a new topic, Advent of Islam. So in our previous class we discussed about the Rajput. Okay, so the various Rajput dynasties and also their contribution. Okay. In today's class we will discuss about the Advent of Islam. So Advent means coming of an important event. So coming of Muslims. So coming of Islam rule is an important event in Indian history. Okay, because the whole of medieval India, so the whole period of medieval India was occupied by the Islam empire only. Okay, so till the end of Rajput, so India was ruled by various Hindu rulers. But after that, India was occupied by the Muslim rulers. Okay, so medieval India was wholly occupied by the Muslim rulers. So how the Muslims came to India? So how it was established their power in India. So how Islam established its power in India? Who was the founder? So who were the initial raiders? So who were the initial founders of Islam empire in India? So in today's class we will see just the introduction part. Okay, so in last class we discussed about the contribution of Rajput to art and architecture. So the Rajput art, so the most important one, so their style of painting. So the Rajput style of painting is called as Rajasthani painting. So you can see the Rajasthani style of painting in Baikonur, Jodhpur, Mewar, Jaisalmer. Mostly they were in Rajasthan. Okay, so Rajput paintings were seen in Rajasthan. Then apart from that, we discussed about their architecture skill. So especially their fort. So Chittoor Fort, Ranthambore Fort, then Gwalior Fort, etc. we have discussed. Then apart from that, we have discussed about their temples. So especially the Khajuraho temple. So Khajuraho temple, then Sun temple at Konark. Then the most important one, Dilwara. So the Jain temple. We have discussed about that also. Then the contribution of Palas to culture. So the contribution of Pala, a Rajput dynasty, their contribution so to culture. So they only founded the Nalanda and Vikramasila University. So the famous Nalanda and Vikramasila University was founded by the Palas. We discussed about that also. Then their art. So the Pala art was called as Eastern India art. So we discussed that also. Then finally we discussed about the Raksha Bandhan. So Raksha Bandhan. So what do you mean by Raksha Bandhan? So Raksha means protections, Bandhan means to tie. It is a festival that celebrates the brotherhood and love. So it is believed. So as per Raksha Bandhan, it is believed that if a women ties a rakhi around the wrist of male members, it means they are treating them like brothers. Okay, so it means they are treating them like brothers. So if a woman tie a rakhi, so tie a rakhi around the wrist of a male member means, then it means they are treating them. The girls treat the boys as like their brothers. Okay, so such men are placed under an obligation to protect them. So we have discussed that also. Then the Mass Raksha Bandhan was started by Rabindranath Tagore in the year 1905. So we discussed that also. Okay, so in today's class we will discuss about the advance of Islam. So how Islam came to India. So first how Islam was established in the world, then how Islam came to India. So we will discuss in today's class. Islam as a religious faith. Islam is a religion, So Hindus, Christians, then we have Muslims. So Islam as a religious faith originated at Mecca in Arabia. So Arabia is a country. Saudi Arabia is a country located in west of Asia. You can see in this map. Okay, so Islam originated in Arabia. Yeah, so Islam originated at Mecca in Arabia. So the founder of Islam was Prophet Muhammad. Yeah, so who was the founder of Islam? Yeah, it was Prophet Muhammad. The followers of Islam were called as Muslims. Okay, so Islam was a religious faith originated at Mecca in Arabia. The founder of Islam was Prophet Muhammad. Then the followers of Islam were called as Muslims. As an Islamic state, especially the one ruled by a single religious and political leader, was known as Caliphate. So their political leader, as a Islamic state political leader was called as Caliphate. So Caliph means a representative of the Prophet Muhammad. Okay, so Islamic state, especially one ruled by a single religious and political leader. So Islamic state, when ruled by a single religious and political leader, was known as Caliphate. So Caliph means what? So Caliph means a representative of the Prophet Muhammad. So there were two caliphates in early period. So during the establishment of Islam empire, there were two caliphates. So one was Umayyad and another one was Abbasid. So there were two early caliphates. So they were Umayyad and the Abbasids. So both the Umayyads and the Abbasids expanded their rule separately by their conquest and by preaching the principles of Islam. So both the Umayyad and Abbasid expanded their rule. So that is, they expanded their rule by conquering the other regions and they spread the Islam religion. And they spread the Islam religion through conquest and by preaching the principles. Okay, so first, Islam is a religion originated at Mecca in Arabia. So it was founded by Prophet Muhammad. So the followers of Islam are called as Muslims. Okay, so Islamic state, especially one ruled by a single religious and political leader, was known as Caliphate. So the religious leader was called as Caliphate. So Caliph means nothing but a representative of the Prophet Muhammad. So Caliphate means nothing but Islamic state. So Caliph means their religious leader. So Caliph means what? Yeah, representative of Prophet Muhammad. So there were two early caliphate. So one was called as Umayyad and another one was called as Abbasid. So both of them expanded their rule. So both of them expanded their rule separately by conquesting other regions and they spread the Islam religions by preaching in the conquered regions. So by preaching the Islam religion, the principles of Islam religion in the conquered region. So when did Muslims came to India? In the 8th century, the Arab presence appeared in the form of a Muslim army that conquered the Sindh. So in the 8th century, the Arab presence in India appeared in the form of a Muslim army. So the Arab, so that is the Muslims, came to India in the year 8th century by conquering Sindh. So Sindh, now it is in Pakistan. So you know the Indus River. So almost that region is called as Sindh. But their further expansion was made impossible by the kings of Gangetic Plains and the Deccan. But they can't invade India. But their further invasion was not possible because the rulers of India, the rulers especially in the Gangetic Plains and the Deccan were very strong. So that the Muslims can't invade India. So by the end of the 9th century, with the decline of the Abbasid Caliphate, the Arab garrisons in India and elsewhere threw off Caliph's control and began to rule independently. But what happened at the end of 9th century means, so before that the Caliph, that is the Abbasid Caliph, controlled the Muslim expansion. But what happened in 9th century, end of 9th century means, so the Arab garrisons, so in India and elsewhere threw off Caliph control because the Abbasid Caliphate became weak. So the Abbasid Caliphate became weak. So that the persons, so the rulers in the Sindh region and other Muslim region threw off the Caliph's control and began to rule independently. So they declared their independence and began to rule independently. So in 8th century, the Arab presence in India appeared in the form of a Muslim army that conquered the Sindh. But their further expansion was made impossible because of the powerful kings in Gangetic Plains and the Deccan. But by the end of 9th century, with the decline of Abbasid Caliphate, so Abbasid Caliphate began to decline by the end of 9th century, the Arab garrisons in India and elsewhere, so and in the other regions, so threw off Caliph's control and began to rule independently. So Arab conquest of Sindh and its impact. So in AD 712, so Muhammad bin Qasim. So in AD 712, Muhammad bin Qasim, who was the commander of Umayyad kingdom. So Muhammad bin Qasim, so he was the commander of the Umayyad kingdom, invaded Sindh. So he was the first Muslim ruler. So he was the first commander from Umayyad kingdom who invaded Sindh. So Qasim defeated Dahir, the ruler of Sindh. So Qasim defeated Dahir, who was the ruler of Sindh, and killed him in the battle. So Muhammad bin Qasim invaded Sindh in the year 712 AD and defeated Dahir, the ruler of Sindh, and killed him in the battle. So the capital of Sindh, Aror, was captured. So the capital of Sindh, Aror, was captured. Qasim extended his conquest further into Multan. So after capturing Sindh, he invaded Multan also. So Multan, it was in between India and Pakistan. So almost in the border of India. So border of India, Pakistan. So Qasim extended his conquest further into Multan. He organized the administration of Sindh. So he changed. So he organized the administration of Sindh. The people of Sindh were given the status of protected subjects. So the people of Sindh were given the status of protected subject. There was no interference in the lives and religions of the people. So even though, so the Muslims preach their principles. So even though Muslims in their conquered region preach the principles and try to change the religion of conquered people, here they didn't interfere. So in Sindh, initially Muhammad bin Qasim didn't interfere in the religious and lifestyle of the people. But soon Qasim was recalled by the Caliph. But soon Muhammad bin Qasim was recalled by the Caliph. So what was the result of the invasion of Muhammad bin Qasim? So the most important one was the Arab scholars visited Sindh and studied many Indian literary works. So the Arab scholars visited Sindh now and studied many Indian literary works. They translated many Sanskrit books on astronomy, philosophy, mathematics, and medicine into Arabic. So they translated. So the Arab scholars translated many Sanskrit books on astronomy, philosophy, mathematics, and medicine into Arabic. So they learned the numerals 0 to 9 from India. So they learned the numerals 0 to 9 from India. Until then, the people in the West did not know the use of zero. So until then, the people in the West did not know the use of zero. Through the Arabs, Europe gained more knowledge in mathematics. So through the Arabs from India, Europe gained more knowledge in mathematics. The importance of zero was learnt by them from India. So the Europeans learned the importance of zero. So from Indians only. And also it is believed that the people in the West and the Arabs learned the game of chess only from the Indians. So you know chess? I think you play well. So how many of you know chess? Good. If you know chess means it is very good. Or else try to learn chess. Yes, it is a skillful brain game. So that game chess was invented by the Indians. So the Arab scholars visited Sindh and learned a lot of things. And they introduced the learned things to the Western countries. So already we saw that by the decline of Abbasid Caliphate, so the Arab garrisons began to throw off Caliph controls. So one among them was the Turkish governor Alptigin. So his capital was Ghazni. So one person, so the Turkish governor, so he threw off Caliph's control and began to rule independently. So his capital was Ghazni, which is in Afghanistan. His successor and son-in-law Sabuktigin wanted to conquer India from the northwest. So Turkish governor Alptigin, son-in-law, and his successor Sabuktigin wanted to conquer India from the northwest, that is from Pakistan. So from the side of Pakistan. But only his son Mahmud succeeded in this endeavor. So endeavor means an attempt to do something very difficult, or new. So Sabuktigin wanted to conquer India from northwest, but it was made possible only by his son Mahmud. So Mahmud of Ghazni, AD 987 to 1030. So Mahmud is said to have conducted 17 raids into India. So raid means surprise attack. So Mahmud is said to have conducted 17 raids into India. At the time, North India was divided into number of small kingdoms, especially Rajput kingdoms. So already we discussed it. So they often involved in quarrel with each other. So at the time, North India was divided into number of small kingdoms. One of them was Shahi kingdom, which extended from Punjab to Kabul. So at that time, North India was divided into many kingdoms, and the most important kingdom so was Shahi kingdom. So that was in the border. So border of the Ghazni kingdom. So Shahi kingdom, which was in the border of the Ghazni kingdom. So it's extended from Punjab to Kabul. So the other important kingdoms were Kannauj, Gujarat, Kashmir, Nepal, Malwa, and Bundelkhand. Okay, so Mahmud said to have conducted 70 raids into India. So during that time, North India was divided into number of small kingdom. One of them was Shahi kingdom, which extended from Punjab to Kabul. So Kabul, it is in Afghanistan. Okay, so the Shahi kingdom extended from Punjab to Kabul. So almost it ruled Pakistan. So Shahi kingdom existed in Pakistan. So the other important kingdoms were Kannauj, Gujarat, Kashmir, Nepal, Malwa, and Bundelkhand. So the initial raids were against the Shahi kingdom, in which its king Jayabala was defeated in 1001 AD. So Mahmud of Ghazni's initial raid were against the Shahi kingdom. So because if you want to invade India means, so he had to cross the Shahi kingdom. So Shahi kingdom act as a wall, act as a barrier between the Ghazni kingdom and also India. Okay, so if he want to invade India means he had to defeat the Shahi kingdom. So his initial raid was against the Shahi kingdom. So Shahi kingdom was ruled by the king Jayapala. So he was defeated in the battle in 1001 AD. After his defeat, Jayapala immolated himself. So immolated means kill or offer sacrifice by burning. So he killed himself by burning himself. Okay, so he killed himself. So as a sacrifice, because he thought that this defeat was a disgrace. So disgrace means, so he thought he lost his respect. He lost the respect of the people, especially he lost the respect of the Rajput dynasty. So he immolated himself. He himself committed suicide. His successor Anandapala fought against Mahmud but was defeated in the Battle of Vaihind near Peshawar in 1008 AD. So his successor, so Jayapala was succeeded by Anandapala. So he was also defeated in the Battle of Vaihind near Peshawar in 1008 AD. As a result of his victory at Vaihind, Mahmud extended his rule over Punjab. As a result of his victory at Vaihind, Mahmud extended his rule over Punjab. So the initial raid of Mahmud of Ghazni was against the Shahi kingdom, in which its king Jayabala was defeated in 1001 AD. After his defeat, Jayabala immolated himself because he thought that this defeat was a disgrace. His successor Anandapala fought against Mahmud but was defeated in the Battle of Vaihind near Peshawar. So Peshawar, it is also now in Pakistan in 1000 AD. As a result of his victory, at Vaihind, Mahmud extended his rule over Punjab. So the subsequent raids of Mahmud into India were aimed at plundering the rich temples and the cities of North India. After defeating the Shahi kingdom and capturing Punjab, so Muhammad of Ghazni began to invade India. So he attacked India surprisingly many times. Why means his aim was to plunder the rich temples. So his aim was to plunder. So plunder means to steal things from a place, especially using force during a war. So he wanted to plunder the rich temples and the cities of North India. So so Afghanistan. So mostly it was a dry region. So it was a hilly and dry region. But if you take India, when compared to Afghanistan, it was a very rich, fertile region. So practically, so the rulers in Afghanistan wanted to plunder India. So because their region was very dry. Yeah, so they are mostly desert region and they were very dry. But whenever they heard about India, India was rich. Yeah, so only they wanted to attack and invade India. Yeah, so as per this, so Muhammad of Ghazni also wanted to plunder the rich temples and the cities of North India. In 1011, he raided Nagarkot in Punjab hills and Taneswar near Delhi. Yes, in 1011, he raided Nagarkot in Punjab hills and Taneswar near Delhi. In 1018, Mahmud plundered the holy city of Madura. So Madura, do you know? Yeah, it was considered it was the birthplace of Lord Krishna. Yeah, so in 1018, Mahmud plundered the holy city of Madura. Then he also attacked Kannauj. The ruler of Kannauj, Raja Bala, abandoned Kannauj and later died. Yeah, so Muhammad of Ghazni attacked Kannauj. The ruler of Kannauj, Raja Bala, abandoned. That is, he escaped from Kannauj and he later died. Mahmud returned to Ghazni with enormous riches. Yeah, so Mahmud returned to Ghazni with enormous objects. His next important raid took place in Gujarat. Yeah, so his next important raid took place in Gujarat. In 1024 AD, Mahmud marched from Multan across Rajputana and defeated the Solangi king Bhimedeva I and plundered Anhilwad. Yeah, so in 1024 AD, Mahmud marched from Multan and crossed Rajputana, that is Rajput state, that is Rajasthan, and defeated the Solangi king Bhimedeva I and plundered Anhilwad. Okay, so Muhammad of Ghazni so often raid India and attacked the cities and temples, and he took the enormous riches and returned back to Ghazni. Yeah, so in 1024 AD, he invaded and killed Solangi king Bhimedeva I. Yeah. Now, so Mahmud is said to have sacked the famous temple of Somnath, which is in Gujarat. Yeah, so Mahmud is said to have sacked. So he demolished the famous temple of Somnath, breaking the idol. Yeah, so it was believed, it was said that Mahmud sacked, demolished the famous temple of Somnath, which is in Gujarat. Yeah, so you can see in this picture. So the first picture shows the demolished Somnath temple, and the next picture, so the Somnath temple, which was reconstructed after independence. Okay, so it was reconstructed after independence. So this picture shows the demolished Somnath temple and constructed Somnath temple. Yeah. So Mahmud is said to have sacked the famous temple of Somnath, breaking the idol. Then he returned through the Sindh desert. Yeah, so then he returned to Ghazni through the Sindh desert. So that was his last campaign in India. So Mahmud died in 1030 AD. Yeah, so Mahmud sacked the famous temple of Somnath, breaking the idol. So then he returned through the Sindh desert. So that was his last campaign. So he died in 1030 AD. The Ghaznavid Empire. The Muhammad Ghazni's empire roughly included Persia, Transoxiana, Afghanistan and Punjab. Yeah, you can see in this map. So the Ghaznavid empire roughly included Persia, Transoxiana, Afghanistan and Punjab. Yeah, so Muhammad Ghazni established a strong empire. Yeah, so in the year 1030, so Muhammad Ghazni, when died, established a strong empire, which included Persia, Transoxiana, Afghanistan and Punjab. Okay, okay, students, in today's class, we discussed about the advent of Islam. So who was the founder of Islam? Yeah, Prophet Muhammad. Yeah, so who were the early caliphates? So yeah, Umayyad and Abbasid. Okay, so who was the Turkish governor? So who first threw off caliph's control? Yeah, Alp-Dejin. Yeah, so his capital was Ghazni. Then we discussed about the Arab conquest of Sindh. So who was the commander of Umayyad kingdom? So who invaded Sindh? Yeah, Muhammad bin Qasim. So who was defeated by Muhammad bin Qasim? Yeah, Dahir. So the ruler of Sindh. Yeah. Then we discussed about the Arab scholars. Yeah, so the Arab scholars learned many things from India and teach them to the Western people. Yeah. Then we discussed about the various raid of Mahmud Ghazni. Yeah, so he invaded. So it was said he conducted 17 raids into India. So the first one was against the Shahi kingdom. Then final one was Gujarat. Yeah, so the famous temple of Somnath. Yeah, so the first one was his first invasion was the Shahi kingdom, and the final invasion was the Somnath temple. Okay, va? Okay, students, if you have any doubt, contact me. Then textbook reading. So today's textbook reading. Yeah, take page number 115. Yeah, so read that the heading Advent of Islam, the 3 paragraph. Yes, okay, so as a textbook reading. Yeah, then homework. Take page number 119. 6th Roman letter. 4th question and 5th question. So 4th question, mention the first 2 early caliphate. Answer in page number 115. So take page number 115. Yeah. So see the heading Advent of Islam. So in that, see 8th line. So in the heading Advent of Islam, see 8th line. So 2 early caliphates were Umayyad and the Abbasid. So that is the answer for 4th question. Then 5th, name the ruler of Sindh who was defeated by Qasim. Page number 116. So that box, Arab conquest of Sindh and its impact. Yeah, 2nd line. So Qasim defeated Dahir, the ruler of Sindh. Yeah, okay. So do your homework. So read well. Okay, so thank you. Have a nice day.